Welcome to our Star Trek Online Let's Play Part 16. In the last episode, we killed Hakeev? Maybe? I don't know. If I remember correctly, he's kind of like a bad penny. And he just keeps on coming back. But also is Sela. Like, she got abducted by the Iconians, which, I mean, the Romulans just, they end up doing an alliance with just about every bad person out there. But after that, we then started to see the True Way. And the True Way are, well, they're Cardassians. There are only 4 lights. So, we're going to continue here with Stefan, Stevedora, Steve, whatever their name is, in the USS Korn, NCC 88888888. I think that's enough 8s. Alrighty. So, let's see here. Oh, first thing that we got to do before we start Jabberwocky. Oh yeah, that's how I ended Jabberwock. Let's see here. We got collect, failure,
Congratulations,
collect, failure, failure, collect, and collect. We still have things in progress. That's always cool. Okay. They want to purchase something. I mean, what? I don't know. Department heads, tactical assignments. What do we got? Ooh. Begin. Sure, let's try that out. Begin. I forget at times that I am an engineering officer. Is that on this last one? Guess not. No. No. And I'm just kind of throwing people into these. And one more. There we go, in progress. 1 assignment slot available. Okay, 0. Okay. And we are going to get back to that in a second here, I think, before we start Jabberwocky. Alright. 'Twas brillig and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves and the mome raths outgrabe. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the Jubjub bird and shun, the frumious Bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the manxome foe he sought. So rested he by the Tumtum tree, and stood awhile in thought. And as if in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the tulgey wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. O frabjous day, calais, he chortled in his joy. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mome raths outgrabe. And I swear I have not had a stroke. Okay, let's start Jabberwocky. Water. The Lola Nut Festival. I mean, Ryza is kind of cool map, if I remember it correctly, from like a decade ago. But, yeah. Okay. Kardat.
I am Gulbutuk of the Kriegar, Adjutant General to Gul Kardec. You are carrying stolen property belonging to the true way. Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
Are you insane? We are in orbit of Bajor. We could have ships here in a moment. He has cut off communications and is powering up weapons. What are your orders, sir? I mean, I'll hail Deep Space Nine, but really, I can handle this myself.
But how could they? Nerve of the... Sorry, I'm okay. I will borrow the Defiant and be there momentarily.
Thanks. We will hold out as long as we can. Alright, murder time. Just in time for the end of the battle. Good job, Defiant.
Good. You're still in one piece. Let's teach these Cardies a lesson.
I appreciate your zeal, Commander, but let's not get carried away. But I do love a good fight. Ooh, self-sealing stem bolts. My favorite. Krieger classes, but I'm gonna blow it the hell up. You know I'm supposed to
That's
hail
the last
you,
of them for now.
but
I will remain in orbit while you return the orb, just in case.
yeah, shield generation's more important. Hull capacity. Okay. Thank you, Commander. Yeah, let's beam down and hopefully there's a bit to this mission. Vedek milk.
Hello there, friend. I get by no matter how much.
Oh, I'm gonna say that the
How can I assist you today? I don't even know if I'm supposed to be talking to you, but I always wanted to join Starfleet, so this is my first week on the job. I was expecting to get months more training, but Colonel Kuba says he needs every militia.
okay. I love a working democracy. Okay.
How can I help you?
Peace be with you.
Well, that's not what you owe here. My task is to try to convey the wisdom of the prophets to the people of Hathon. The ways of the celestial temple are mysterious. What can be understood, however, is love. The prophet's love surrounds us. It is in every rock and tree of Bajor, and it is on a warm summer breeze and in the smile of a loved one. When the emissary walked among us, he was the voice of the prophets. Now it falls to servants like me to try to follow in his footsteps. Sounds good, bro. Vedekrin.
How may I help you?
Well, I am here to return this orb to the temple.
Wonderful. The prophets have smiled upon us this day. What was lost has been returned to us. You have done a great service for the Bajoran people today, and we are most grateful.
It was an honor and a privilege to carry this burden. I also enjoyed killing all the people along the way.
Please, place the orb upon the altar.
Both things were done with pleasure. Vedekrin. I have returned the Orb of Possibilities.
The service rendered is not the service desired. What does not belong cannot be returned.
What has been returned does not belong. We must travel backward.
When we gaze in the mirror, we see our faces as others do, but reversed.
Your task abides. You have recovered an orb. Now you must return it.
As you must return.
I have the wrong orb from the wrong time. Might that be the fuckery you're telling me? I mean...
Greetings. Do you seek the wisdom of the prophet? Vedekrin is in the temple.
Just to the east of here. I mean, you were helpful.
I would be honored to know what the prophets shared with you, if you are willing. Sometimes their visions can be very confusing, and I have some experience interpreting them.
It was very cryptic, but they seem to suggest that this is not their orb, that I must return it elsewhere.
Elsewhere? But it is an orb of the prophets. Where else could it belong? Unless... Are you familiar with the so-called mirror universe? I know very little about it myself, but there is a book on that table over there by a Vedic Eth describing his experiences. Perhaps it can guide you.
Thank you, Vedicrin.
How can I help you? These are all ancient tomes, dealing with the prophets and our history with them. My people have studied the ways of the Celestial Temple for thousands of years. Much of that knowledge has been retained. We are fortunate to have the words of our ancestors preserved in this fashion.
Well, I'd like to read them. When the people became one of many peoples, they will face many trials. The first trial will be a trial of light. A shared from a distant star will fall on the ground. You'll have to read this yourself. Pod wraiths gonna suck like that. When the Vedic first assigned me to the task of writing a guide for cooking for feasts, I was skeptical. After all, most people find what I do to be difficult. Some even find the feasts we prepare to be an insult. They feel that we are tempting them to break their fast and break their covenant with the prophets. Nothing could be further from the truth. When cooking for fast, remember that the food will not be eaten. Rather, the spirit of the food will be consumed by the prophets. Create dishes that are pleasing to the eye. Use fragrant herbs and spices that perfume the air. Heated dishes that release steam will carry their essence to the celestial temple, as do the bubbles of their finest spring wines. Hasperat that sears the eyes and burns the tongue with its essential. Make it spicier than you would normally. The prophets will enjoy the variety. But if everybody's doing that, maybe the prophets are like, Jesus, all these people are shit cooks. Also, while you're fasting, be sure to take care of yourself. Rest often, drink water, avoid strenuous exercise, monitor your health. And if it starts to suffer, break your fast with gratitude. The prophets deserve your devotion, but they do not require you to sacrifice your life for them. Fasting should be a spiritual experience where you feed your soul. Risking your life serves no one. I hope my poor words have been of some use. Blessings of the prophets to you. Recorded on this, the 4th day of the Gratitude Festival in the year 2047 by Ranjan Nagal of the Kalesh Monastery. Okay. I have been fascinated by the existence of this so-called mirror universe ever since our recent contact with it. I have interviewed the emissary, Colonel Kira, and others about their experience with the mirror universe. But many questions remain. It seems the mirror universe has prophets. But are they the same prophets? There is no mention of a celestial temple, and certainly the mirror Benjamin Sisko was no emissary. I shall petition the Vedic Assembly for permission to enter the mirror universe. The Vedic Assembly has denied my request. Besides the debates about doctrine and theology, the deciding factor was political. The Federation has quarantined any access to the mirror universe, and Bajor is seeking membership. I have continued my research by interviews, but my questions remain unanswered. I fear I have no choice but to renounce my seat in the Assembly and pursue entrance to the mirror universe on my own. I don't have the technological prowess to create one of those multi-dimensional devices myself, but I have an engineer friend who owes me a favor. Sounds like you know Miles. I'm lucky to be alive. I managed to cross over to the mirror universe, but Torak Nor, as they call Deep Space Nine, has been taken over by the Terran Rebellion. They are using it as their base of power, attempting to reassert their control over the Bajor sector. Bajorans are not trusted and are used mostly for mining and ore processing. Cruel irony giving Bajor's history in both universes, but I was able to join with the Bajoran workers and get some of my questions answered. The Bajorans of the mirror universe are much like us, and it sounds as if their prophets are also most similar. They even have orbs, such as we have here. However, to them the Celestial Temple is a myth or metaphor, not a physical place such as ours. I do not know if this is because it simply hasn't been discovered, or if the prophets of that universe have sealed themselves away for some reason. The only way to find out is to either cross over with the spaceship, or to somehow procure one there. I have received a curious message from somebody from the mirror universe offering me assistance. Please note, shortly after making the century, Vedic Eth disappeared and was never heard from again.
Sarah's here.
We believe this orb is from the mirror universe. We think we can pass it into it through an anomaly we found earlier.
Acknowledged. Be careful. The mirror universe is known to be more
Now, in space, how is there, like, this linear spot that has these, like, types of
Sarah's
storms?
here. What is your status?
We've entered the Badlands and are headed to the anomaly.
Keep comm lines open as long as possible. We have limited intelligence on the mirror universe, but from what we know, it appears the Terran Rebellion spread from Terok Nor, eventually forming a new empire. The Terran Empire has reoccupied Bajor. I believe this Captain Lita is the administrator of the Bajor sector.
I am Gul Haneria the Torn, Chief Tactical Advisor to Gul Kardec of the True Way. You are not welcome here.
Red alert.
I believe Gul Kardec must have used the orb from the mirror universe to somehow get the anomaly and bring it back there. He then must have formed an alliance with the Terran Empire. They are far from where they are probably expected.
And modify that deflector dish. If there's anything we can learn, I'd love to know it. Alright, let's enter and go where only a few have gone before. Oh, the Badlands are blue here.
Greetings. I am Captain Lita of the Terran Empire. What a pleasure it is to have visitors from your universe. When Gul Kardec said you might be along, I didn't really believe him. What a pity. We could have had so much fun together.
I'm gonna send you back to the Dabo
I
table,
have to
Lita.
destroy you.
The ISS Fortuna.
I won't make the same mistake next time we meet.
No. A lone cruiser beat your ass. Yeah, warp to Bajor. Well,
I'm very busy. What does it look like I'm doing? Microsurgery? I get my hands dirty, and I show farmers how to grow crops. We have a botanist, but he's one of those ivory tower scientific types that wouldn't know a hoe from a rake. No matter how many times Bajor gets conquered, it always...
What do you want? I don't even know if I'm supposed to be talking to you. You don't look like Terran Empire. This is my first week on the job. I was expecting to get months more training, but Commander Kuba says he needs every Terran Empire member on the streets, especially the Bajoran ones. He thinks...
Gul Kardec was right. You are formidable, but pitifully predictable. Terran forces, attack the invaders! I want them alive.
will meet again.
You!
Soon.
You have interfered with my plans for the last time!
Stop! Fighting is not permitted here.
This is not your affair.
Thank you. I feel much better. But a changeling? Here, we only have stories. In any event, what was the purpose for your visit?
I've come to return your orb.
The orb of possibilities? But that was lost decades ago, during the first occupation of Bajor. However did you come by it? Never mind. The prophets teach us not to look at their workings too closely. Don't just stand there. Place it on the altar.
Greetings. Do you seek the wisdom of the prophets? Vedic Grin is in the temple.
complications. Namely, some agents have interfered with my plans. They have stolen the Orb of Possibilities. I assume they have returned it to the Bajorans by now. Fortunately, the anomaly remains stable.
Alright, well, we killed a changeling.
We are most grateful. We had thought the orb lost forever. You have restored the balance.
Your enemies lie in wait. They want to prevent your return.
But we shall restore the balance as you did.
You have returned our orb.
Now you must return.
Greetings. I did not see you enter the temple. Indeed, I know little of the Mirror Prophets, but if they are like ours, then this is a great honor. Rarely do the Prophets interfere so directly. I take it your mission was a success?
Yeah, the orb is in its proper place.
Then you have the gratitude of 2 Bajors. May the Prophets continue to smile upon you.
Thank you, Vedic.
So, Gul Kardec was a changeling. This does not bode well. An alliance between the True Way and the Alpha Dominion could prove disastrous for the Alpha and Beta Quadrants. However, the orb has been returned to the Mirror Universe, and you have returned to ours. Nevertheless, we must stop this alliance before they can do any further damage. We shall analyze the pad you retrieved to see if we find this Ketracel White factory.
Congratulations, Commander.
The pad you discovered on Gul Kardec revealed the location of a secret facility in the Alpha Quadrant. There appears to be some kind of alliance between the True Way and the Dominion. We cannot allow them to join forces.
Okay.
How can I help you?
Alright, well, that was the Jabberwock. Let's see here. You know, I think I'm going to stop it right there. The Jabberwock was a great mission there. It used to not be part of the original set of stuff that I played back in the day. So we're going to stop there with the Jabberwock, and we'll pick right up at the factory in our next episode. Alright, peace.